starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. Gun enthusiasts from around the country are in Houston, Texas tonight for the NRA convention. The annual event comes just 3 days after a mass shooting in another part of the state that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington.
A somber scene at the growing memorial honoring 21 lives lost. Flashes of anger outside the National Rifle Association convention.
All these folks have blood on their hands.
Inside, thousands gathering in support of gun rights. Texas Governor Greg Abbott recorded a message for the crowd.
Well, just as laws didn't stop the killer, we will not let his evil acts stop us from uniting the community that he tried to destroy.
Among those addressing the nation's most powerful gun owners group, former President Donald Trump, though firearms are banned during his speech. Other notable speakers, Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
Texas has repeatedly seen the face of evil.
The other Texas Senator, John Cornyn, skipped the event, citing a scheduling conflict. He's part of renewed efforts to find common ground with Democrats on gun legislation. Democrat Chris Murphy has been tasked with reaching a bipartisan agreement.
We are not prepared to allow the gun lobby and the gun industry to continue to run this town and this place.
It's been nearly a decade since a gunman opened fire at an elementary school in Murphy's state, Connecticut. Since then, Congress has failed to pass meaningful gun legislation. Yet, mass shootings continue. Some question, will this be the one that changes the course of gun violence in the U.S.? In Washington, Bree Jackson for NBC News.
Meteorologist Conrad Sapitsky joins us now. Conrad, we had a pretty nice day out there to kick off Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, a great start to a beautiful weekend out there. We had some 70s, clear skies. The sun was peeking out there, so it really felt nice. But right now, some more clouds are starting to roll in just to the west, and that is because of this little low pressure system associated here in the west. So it doesn't look like much because it isn't, but it will be moving in by tomorrow with a little bit of rain, some on and off showers, especially in the afternoon hours. But check out these temperatures we had earlier today. Really warm out there, 70s all across the state today. So it was looking really nice out there with the sun peeking out, and temperatures have finally cooled off. We're in the 40s and 50s out there with a couple spots of some 60s by Wausau coming in at 61, Marshfield at 61, a couple more locations at around 60 degrees. But tonight we will continue to cool down pretty significantly as we'll be hovering back into the mid 40s. Dan?
A new candidate announced her run for the assembly seat representing Vilas and Oneida counties. Eileen Daniel turned in her papers in Madison earlier this week. She will be running as a Democrat to represent Assembly District 34. Daniel is the Rhinelander City Council president right now. She's lived in Rhinelander for 18 years.
I think there's a lot of decisions that are going to come down to the state level, and I want to make sure that everyone in the Northwoods and Wisconsin is heard in the legislature.
If Daniel wins the Democratic primary, she will likely face incumbent Rob Swearingen in the general election. The Republican is seeking his 6th term in the seat. Swearingen says he's running for re-election because he has unfinished business. He's hoping for a Republican governor to win in November so more Republican bills can be passed.
You know, there's a lot of things that I've been working on, that our caucus has been working on here in the legislature that needs to be picked up again in the next session.
A Democrat has not represented the 34th Assembly District since 1995, but the seat will likely have more Democratic voters this election because of redistricting. The new district is the entirety of Vilas and Oneida counties, with the exception of the town of Nokomis. Senator Ron Johnson is receiving criticism for using taxpayer money to take trips to Florida. Federal records show Senator Ron Johnson has been using taxpayer dollars to pay for flights between a Florida family vacation home and Washington, D.C., including 9 trips last year. Democrats say the spending by the Republican is a waste of public funds because the trips have nothing to do with representing Wisconsin. Johnson denied wrongdoing, pointing to a rule that allows senators to get reimbursed for traveling between the Capitol and somewhere besides their official residence, as long as the cost is equal or less. But another Senate rule says senators cannot use taxpayer dollars to fund personal travel to vacation homes. Marshfield is the newest city to find high levels of PFAS in its water. The city found levels of PFAS above the state's recommended standard of 20 parts per trillion in one entry point to its water system. After learning the results, the city shut down that entry point. Residents in the meantime can continue to use their water as normal, as all the other wells are well below the guidance of 20 parts per trillion. All Slinger schools in Wisconsin were shut down today after a student yelled, "I have a gun," in a crowded hallway. Police questioned students and worked to discover who said the threat. Police said the student meant it as a joke and the threat was not credible.
I'm irritated with it because it's a foolish statement to make based on what has been going on in the last week and a half. And we will be looking at whether or not we can file some charges on him, depending on how old the student is. But there will be some school consequences as well, I'm sure.
The school superintendent said the student is suspended immediately. The school board will determine if they'll be expelled in an upcoming special meeting. May is a month to think about those who served our country. Last Saturday was Armed Forces Day, where we celebrated active service members. On Monday will be Memorial Day, where we honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. With service members on our mind, Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver has more about a new leader in the Lincoln County Veterans Services office.
I'm here to serve my fellow veterans and their families and assist them with the benefits and entitlements that they've earned through their service.
John Olson recently started his new role as the Veterans Services Officer for Lincoln County. He is an Antigo native who is excited to help other veterans.
You have an understanding of the region and the people, and helps to build trust, which is key to allowing veterans to open up and talk to you and share their experiences, which just allows you to serve them better.
Olson and his staff connect veterans with educational and disability benefits, as well as helping families find proper burial for veterans that have died. His time in the service taught him the importance of community.
One of the things that I missed was the camaraderie that I had with my fellow service members. And I also missed the sense of mission, the sense of purpose that all military members have.
In his new role, he wants to expand on what their office has already done to serve veterans.
Building on our lines of communication with the community, maybe doing more outreach so veterans are aware of changes to benefits.
Olson's office is looking forward for some reflection this Memorial Day weekend. They encourage people to think about soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice. New details have emerged on exactly what happened at that Uvalde Elementary School. Coming up on Newswatch 12, we'll learn why police waited so long to enter the classroom. That's after weather with Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
The great experiences you have in here, even out here, all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power.
Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's grand opening sale and receive massive savings along with free carpet installation. Take advantage of grand opening savings at the brand new Eagle River store and all existing locations. Come see why builders and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And receive huge savings at the Carpet City Flooring Center grand opening sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Look, I know them all. They're friends. But Kevin Nicholson's not establishment, not of the donor class. He's just running to get things done. It's the Marine in him. Kevin organized no better friend into Wisconsin's most effective conservative group. Works fast behind the scenes. He exhausts me. Get Kevin in that governor's chair, and the conservative changes others only promise, safe streets, secure elections, will actually happen.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Happy Friday and welcome back, everyone. It's pretty much the weekend out there, and today it was a great start to the weekend with a good amount of sunshine and really warm temperatures out there. We were in the 70s and really cleared skies. We had some morning clouds and then some clearing later on. That clearing continued all day all across the state. But now just a little bit of cloud cover is starting to move in because of this low pressure system that will be arriving very shortly. So as one low pressure system moves out and is finally in the northeast, another one is in the horizon. And this one will arrive tomorrow. It won't be an all-day event, so don't cancel your plans because it won't be raining all day. It will for around several hours by the early afternoon hours. Maybe a thunderstorm or two will also be possible here in the Northwoods, but not a lot of rain. As I said, maybe a trace just south of us to ½ an inch in some locations. So not a big rain event, as it will only last several hours out there in the early afternoon hours. But just to the west of us here in Minnesota area, there's some slight to enhanced risks of thunderstorms. And then the more east we go, the less chances of these thunderstorms to become severe. So here we have a non-severe risk in Rhinelander, and yes, some thunderstorms could be non-severe because there is some criteria for thunderstorms that do become very severe with hail, gusty winds, and even possibility of a tornado. So the more east you go, the less chance of strong thunderstorms. So at least some good news out here for us, and some more good news, folks. With these temperatures, look at these 80s and 90s in Texas. Been really hot out there. These warm temperatures will finally make its way up here in the Midwest to upper Midwest. Lots of blue popping up here. Those are those chillier temperatures in the 40s and 50s. But don't you worry, because it will really warm up out there. Pretty much like today when we had 70s all across the state. So it looks real nice with that yellow and the orange popping up there. But right now, obviously, the sun has set. It is past 10 p.m. and those temperatures have really cooled off, especially with the mostly clear skies we got going on. And we are back into the 40s and 50s, a couple 60s popping up there close to the Wausau area and by Hayward. But check out this temperature trend as we really climb the ladder into Sunday with almost 80 degrees, then almost 90 by Monday. And then a cold front starts to move on in by Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then really cooling off the temperatures. But our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show a beautiful Memorial Day weekend before a cold front moves in and cools off temperatures into the mid-60s by middle to end of next week. Dan?
Wall Street has snapped its losing streak. Markets soared today. The S&P 500 and Dow had their best week since of November of 2020. NASDAQ ended up a massive 3.3%. All three of these major indexes closed the week higher than last. For the Dow, that snapped its longest losing streak since 1923. A chunk of the week's gains came from Thursday and Friday, likely from strong retail earnings and a slowing inflation report. Texas's governor says he was misled about law enforcement's actions during the deadly school shooting in Uvalde. This as authorities admit officers may not have acted quickly enough as the rampage unfolded. Jason Carroll reports.
Disturbing new details on the shooter's actions.
The exterior door suspected of where we knew the shooter entered, Ramos, was propped open by a teacher.
Investigators clarifying the timeline.
11:28, the suspect vehicle crashes into the ditch. 11:31, suspect reaches last row of vehicles in the school parking lot. At 11:33 is when the suspect entered the school. At 11:33, the suspect begins shooting into room 111 or 112. It's not possible to determine from the video angle that we have at this point in time. We do know this, that he shot more than 100 rounds based on the audio evidence at that time.
Officials said gunfire continued while agents were in the school hallway, but did not enter the room until a janitor provided keys.
They breached the door using keys that they're able to get from the janitor because both doors were locked. Though both of the classrooms that he shot into were locked when officers arrived. They killed the suspect at that time.
Officials admitting the incident commander made the call not to enter the classroom while the shooter was inside.
There was plenty of officers to do whatever needed to be done, with one exception, is that the incident commander inside believed they needed more equipment and more officers to do a tactical breach at that point. It was a wrong decision, period.
In that crucial time, survivors inside both classrooms made desperate calls to 911.
Again, at 12:16, she's called back and said there was 8 to 9 students alive. She asked 911 to please send the police now.
Alfred Garza says his daughter Amory may have been one of those students who tried to call 911. She was killed during the shooting. Now that Garza knows first responders made a tragic mistake in waiting to breach the door, it has triggered a range of emotions.
Something's got to be done now. You know, where do we go from here? You know, you were wrong. What do we do now? You know, it's my question. What are we gonna do now?
The accountability you were talking about.
Accountability. You know, somebody's got to be responsible.
Those who survived and endured their wait for rescue now left to deal with the trauma.
Mia got some blood and put it on herself so she can pretend that she was dead.
A Uvalde police training session 2 months ago involved clear expectations for officers responding to an active shooter, including that the first priority is to move in and confront the attacker. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Memorial Day weekend is a common time to plant flowers. We'll get some gardening tips after the break.
Folks, I don't care if an idea is a Republican idea or a Democratic idea. I care that it's a good idea. That's why I worked with both parties to cut income taxes for the middle class. Together, we helped our small businesses. We invested in our public schools more than we have in the past 20 years. And we still have billions in budget surplus. Politics is too divisive. I'm focused on doing the right thing and getting results that matter.
Perkins Strawberry Freshable is back with sensational meals starting at $7.99. Savor the flavor of garden fresh strawberry sweetness in every bite of these delicious platters. And don't forget a slice of fresh strawberry pie from our bakery. Save time and order online at perkinstogo.com.
Check out Sunshine for Humanity's Free Will store. That's right, everything is free. Donations are appreciated but never required. Food, beds, household items, and more. Check us out at 1191 Highway 45 Eagle River.
6 chambers of commerce in the region are teaming up to present the Central to Success Workforce Solutions Summit on Wednesday, June 1st. This event will offer businesses resources to help combat the significant workforce shortage the area faces. Visit wausauchamber.com to learn more.
Dude, great ride, right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center.
My command center. The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or order your next Chevy at your local dealership. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Even though Memorial Day is on Monday, some ceremonies for the holiday are happening this weekend, including a growing observance at Union Grove Cemetery in Harshaw. The ceremony began with just a handful of people more than 20 years ago. Now hundreds of people attend every year. One of the reasons for the continued growth was the establishment of the Einar Ingman motorcycle procession, named in honor of the Tomahawk resident and Medal of Honor recipient. The procession will leave the Tomahawk American Legion post at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. The ceremony itself begins at 11:30 at the Union Grove Cemetery on Lakewood Drive in Harshaw. Northern Wisconsin is coming into full bloom this weekend. Memorial Day weekend is a common time to plant flowers. This has many people rushing to their local greenhouse to start planting their beautiful flowers. But florists are saying people should watch the weather to make sure cold temperatures aren't coming up.
I would say watch the weather, go ahead and plant, you know, as far as like putting your plants in your baskets or in your planter boxes or even in the ground. But if it does get a little chilly at night, you might have to cover.
Chris Ridlin has been the florist for 38 years and is the owner of Crystal Marie's Floral in Lake Tomahawk. She says that some plants can be more tolerant of direct sunlight, others not so much. So do some research before you bring plants from indoors to outdoors. A Wisconsin couple went from shock to heartache when they saw a bear in their yard. Coming up on News Watch 12, we'll learn how they're trying to give an injured bear a helping hand.
See the world faster from Rhinelander, Oneida County Airport and Delta Connection.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV. We'll get to making it right away. You'll get an extra $1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 440 miles per tank in an Escape? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it in a Ford built your way. Order your new Explorer SUV and get $1,000 retail order bonus cash on top of all public offers.
Northwoods Furniture and Mattress announces our Memorial Day and grand reopening sales event. We finished the expansion of our Highway 70 West store to make room for even more home furnishings ready for immediate delivery, and we're offering store-wide savings at both locations. Big discounts right now on mattresses by Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. We have a huge selection of mattresses in stock. Floor models and clearance items are further reduced. Shop early for best selection. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress in Eagle River, celebrating 15 years in business.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Allie.
And this is our family from Shoulders RV and Marine.
If this year's taught us anything, we believe it's taught us we need to get back to the good old days of enjoying the outdoors, camping, boating, and buying from small businesses. Here at Shoulders RV and Marine, we happen to check all of those boxes. Next time you're in the market for a dock or lift, boat, camper, power sports, or nearly anything outdoors, sales, rentals, parts, or service,
we'd love you to think of us.
Shoulders RV and Marine, across from Menards, Rhinelander.
Quicksilver Sports and Entertainment brings live pro boxing to Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. General admission tickets are just $25. Go ringside for just $45. Meet the fighters at weigh-ins on June 24th. Then, on Saturday, June 25th, 8 bouts of non-stop action. And don't miss a special appearance by 4-time world champion Virgil Quicksilver Hill. This ain't pay-per-view. It's live pro boxing, Saturday, June 25th, only at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
A Wisconsin couple is doing what they can to help a neighbor in need, a neighbor that happens to be an injured black bear. The bear likes to raid their bird feeder, but they've noticed he has a paw caught in a small game trap. As Tim Elliott reports, they're working with state wildlife officials to give it a helping hand.
Oh God, he's coming right to the window.
This is a little bit close.
An injured black bear came hobbling through a backyard in rural Juneau County over the weekend.
Well, I don't think I've ever been within 5 feet of a bear before.
And Ian and Deb Judd caught it all on camera.
This was the first time we've seen one in daylight, so it was pretty cool.
The couple live near Castle Rock Lake, so seeing a bear in their backyard is not uncommon.
We know they're here, but I guess we don't live in fear of it in any way. For us, it's just kind of majestic.
After getting a closer look, they saw that this bear needed their help.
And then I realized that he was kind of holding up his right paw, and it was really shocking. We didn't really know what to do.
The bear's paw was caught in a small game trap. Despite not using that paw, the bear seemed to get around on 3 legs just fine.
But I mean, he wasn't using that foot in any way, shape or form. It was just sort of always off the ground. He'd be walking with 3, so it was a limping motion. But it certainly wasn't stopping him attacking the feeders, and he was able to feed.
You know, I was certainly disappointed. No one wants to see an animal that is in distress like that.
Chris Johansson with the Wisconsin DNR says based on what he's seen in the video, the bear doesn't seem to have suffered any serious injuries.
Based upon the size and the strength of that trap, I don't believe that would have probably broken any bones on the bear's leg.
So this is where they decided to set up.
The goal now is to trap the bear in this, so wildlife officials can tranquilize him, get the trap off his paw, and then set him free.
It's a great big barrel, and those animals will go inside that. We bait the trap, and if they go in there, they'll trip a trigger basically that closes the door on it.
You know, although we haven't got him in the first couple of days, all hope isn't lost yet.
In the meantime, the Judds hope their bear friend comes back soon so he can get the help that he needs.
Get that trap off his foot, let him go about his business, and do what bears do. Ransack some other people's bird feeders.
We'll be right back with one final look at your weather, but first, here's this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Why is fishing such a good business? Well, because of the net profits, of course. Okay, we'll start this week's Big Old Fish with Isla Dirks from Eagle River. She's 3 years old, and she caught her first fish that measured in at 9.5 inches with her grandpa. This crappie is one gorgeous fish. Way to go, Isla. Keep on reeling them in. Next up on this week's Big Old Fish, we have 6-year-old Miles. No last name given. He's from Manitowish Waters, and he caught this gorgeous walleye, which happened to be his first walleye through the ice. Well, I don't know what else to say, Miles, but that is one big old fish. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. Finally, on this week's Big Old Fish, we have 14-year-old Zayden Larson from Tomahawk. And he caught this gorgeous perch while fishing in the Veterans Ice Fishing Tournament. Well, that is one big old fish, Zayden. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy Fish Mill is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
This portion of Newswatch 12 brought to you by NICOLET Law Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV. We'll get to making it right away. You'll get an extra 1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 440 miles per tank and an Escape? A 12-inch touchscreen and an Edge? You got it in a Ford built your way. Order your new Explorer SUV and get 1,000 retail order bonus cash on top of all public offers.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Hi, Bob Pucci for Take Kid Hunting Foundation. We're having the Eagle River Gun Show this weekend at the Ice Arena on Highway 70. Admission is $7, 14 under are free. Show hours are Friday from 3 p.m. to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 3.
Save big money with 11% off everything at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with the beauty and durability of tile from Mohawk. Mohawk features over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. All Mohawk tiles are 11% off. Complete your tiling job with professional quality installation products from TAC. Menards carries TAC mortar and grout to work with all floor and wall tile sizes. Get 11% off TAC products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Have you ever looked up how much of an appliance is made in the U.S.?
At Maher Water Corporation, we use systems that are 90% made in the U.S. In fact, over 80% of the unit is made right here in the Midwest, and 75% of the entire unit is made right here in our beautiful state of Wisconsin. Combining the local made product with a local family company means money spent here stays here. So call us today to meet our Wisconsin-made family.
At Big Valley Ford, we have a great selection of gently used trucks, SUVs, and cars, and we are ready to help you find the right vehicle to explore the North Woods. Big Valley Ford is passionate about every vehicle that enters our service center, and our team of technicians are here to help with all of your service needs. Whether you are looking for a new or used vehicle or need to get your current ride back on the road, stop into Big Valley Ford in Ewan, Michigan, and experience the Big Valley difference.
Huge online auction, Ford Transit van, motorhome, tractors, John Deere Gator, forklifts, trailers, tools, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Take it away, boys.
So, Conrad, we enjoyed some ice cream after the 6 o'clock show. All of us Channel 12ers got together to get some at Bricks down in Rhinelander. And I got to say, it was a little cold for shorts out there. That should change for the weekend, though, right?
Yeah, we were literally standing there with our arms crossed because it was pretty chilly out there. But just wait, look at this forecast. So, yeah, we had some warmer temperatures out there for a couple of hours when that sun was peeking out, but then we really started to cool off. We're back into the 40s and 50s, so yeah, bring out those sweaters and jackets because it really has cooled on off. Make sure you do close your windows so you don't freeze by the morning tomorrow, but at least we have some clear skies right now, but there's another system brewing in the west and on the way. So some chances of rain and thunderstorms for tomorrow. But look at that warm up for Monday, 87 degrees.
That should be nice. All right, thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon is up next.
Oh, yeah.